Hello, everybody. Welcome to class. Let's disconnect our audio. I hope you can hear me well. I'm not alone today, so I know that the audio is great, hopefully. So, yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And as always, just gather your props, whatever you're going to need for your practice today. We are going to start in a supine position. That means on your back. And we're just going to start on our backs with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart in Supta Baddha Konasana. Baddha Konasana means bound angle pose, and Supta means recline. So let's just take a chance to get there. Allow your knees to be wide, and let your soles press towards each other. Allow your breath to be soft in here as you release your hands towards your side. Maybe open your palms towards the sky. Just take a moment here to focus on the breath. A couple of in and out as you breathe. And maybe as you breathe, you start noticing in here how the tension in those hip flexors, so right in the hip creases, starts reducing. Sending the breath towards that part of your body so it helps reduce that tension or that resistance. Take a moment to feel how the back of your head presses on the ground, slightly tucking the chin in so the spine is nice and long. Take a few breaths more in here. Sahana bhavatu, sahana punaktu, sahaviryam karvavai, tejasvinavaditamastu, ma vipichavai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take your time in here. And on your next inhale, begin to press the soles of the feet against each other, helping maybe with your hands those legs to come back to center. Pressing those feet on the mat. Begin to extend your hands overhead, giving yourself a nice torso stretch in here. With your hands where they are, begin to press the feet on the mat, just hip distance apart. Take a breath in here. Full breath out. Begin to reduce that natural curvature of your spine by pressing those feet firmly on the ground and tucking the tailbone. Take a breath. Long exhale. Bring the right leg into the chest. Hold it with both arms. Squeeze it against your chest. The other foot is actively pressing on the floor. Take a breath. Long exhale. One more just like that. Inhale. Full breath out. Grab your your knee with your right hand and begin to open that knee towards the right hand side. Don't let your other hip come off the mat. So keep on pressing that hip on the ground as you just open the knee towards the right hand side. The other foot is actively pressing on the floor. Take a breath in here. Long exhale. One more, just like that. Deep inhale. Full breath out. So coming back to center, begin to extend that leg towards the sky, pressing those palms on the mat. Exhale, lower it down, just flat. Deep inhale to bring it up back. Exhale, lower it down, just flat. Inhale to press it up. Exhale to lower back down. Last one, deep inhale coming up. On the exhale, we'll lower. Your next inhale, we're gonna come back up. On the exhale, we're gonna bend the knee again, bringing towards the chest, grabbing the foot with your right hand on the outside as you begin to bring that knee towards your armpit. The other foot is pressing actively on the floor. It's still. One more breath. Full exhale. Keep on pressing that pelvis down on the mat. Deep breath in. On the exhale, release the foot, bring that ankle on top of your thigh for figure four. Take a deep breath in. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you bring those legs in. And maybe you hug that leg from behind with your hands, interlacing those fingers, or maybe you bring that hand on top of your shin. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. And here you're gonna start feeling how the back of the leg begins to open a little bit more. Maybe it's a little bit easier for you to drag it in towards the chest. Take another breath, keep both feet active. Full exhale. Whenever you start feeling ready, begin to press that foot back again on the mat. Releasing those arms towards the side, finding your twist towards the left-hand side. So the legs as they are, just drop towards the left-hand side. So the right foot is planted on the mat and the other leg is resting on the floor. Take a breath in here. Full exhale. One more, just like that. You can inhale. The exhale, we start coming back to center. Extend those legs on the mat. Back again with your hands overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch. On the exhale, begin to walk your hands and feet towards the right hand side, forming a banana shape with your body. Maybe you cross one ankle to make it a little bit more intense, or maybe you grab one wrist. Take a deep breath in as you open the rib cage. On the exhale, we begin to walk back to center. Bring those feet to press back into the mat. Keep your legs, your arms extended overhead. You can press those feet again on the mat, tucking the tailbone in here, just flattening that curvature of the lower spine here. Bringing the navel in. Take another big breath in. On the exhale, we release as we drag the left knee this time into the chest. Just targeting here. We keep the spine nice and long. The other foot actively press it on the ground. Take a breath in here. Full exhale. Grab that knee with your left hand. The other hand drops on top of your right hip bone. Take a breath in here as you start to open that knee towards the left-hand side. Another big breath in. Full exhale. One more, just like that. Inhale. On the exhale, we start coming back to center. Begin to extend that leg towards the sky. Drop those hands on the ground. On the exhale, drop the leg nice and long towards the ground. Deep inhale to press it back up. Exhale to lower down.
Inhale to coming up. Exhale to move it back down. Inhale as you press. Exhale to lower. Last one. Deep inhale coming up. Exhale to lower back down. Last one. Deep inhale to press back up. Begin to bend that left knee. Bringing that knee towards the left armpit as you grab your foot from the outside with the same hand. Take another breath as you bring that knee into the armpit. Long exhale. Keep the pelvis pressing on the ground. One more breath in here. Full exhale. Start coming back to neutral position. Bring that ankle to rest on top of your right thigh. Invite those knees into the chest if that feels good. Maybe interlacing those fingers behind or up the top of your shin. A couple of breaths in here to allow those muscles of the back leg to open. Keeping those feet active. Take another big breath in. Full exhale. Drop your right foot back again on the ground. Begin to extend those arms towards the side and let your legs in the same shape drop towards the right hand side. Maybe if clinic allows in here, you turn towards your side. Take a big breath in here. Full breath out. One more, just like that. Inhale. On the exhale, we start coming back to center. Release the legs, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe you rock side to side in here. Or maybe you find a couple of times of rocket rolling up and down, back and forth, just giving the spine a nice gentle massage here. As soon as you feel ready, a couple of times after rocking, press those hands on the floor and transition from here into your child's pose. Hands actively pressing on the ground. Take a nice big breath in and a full breath out. Your hips are wanting to drop all the way towards your heels. You're gonna just press the knuckles of the hands on the floor as we do this. So forearms are off the ground in here, just the knuckles pressing in here as we start rising the wrist and the fingers from the floor. So just the knuckles are pressing on the ground, especially the index knuckle in here. Take a deep breath in here and a full exhale. Whenever you feel ready, start to come back to your tabletop. Drop the belly to open the chest, coming into a cow pose. On the exhale, bend your elbows, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Press back up into your tabletop, round the spine, calf pose. Let's do it again. Deep inhale to open the chest. On the exhale, bend those elbows, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Press into those hands, round your spine, exhale into your calf pose. One more time to deep breath in to open. Exhale, chin and chest to the ground. Press into those hands back into your tabletop as you round your spine and exhale in here. Come back to your neutral position. Press both hands on the floor. Extend those legs behind you. You're in a plank pose. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. If I'm talking the tailbone, one more breath. Long exhale. Begin to extend your right leg behind you, just covering the foot from the floor, a few centimeters from the floor. Take a breath in here. On the exhale, drag the knee towards the chest, round the spine. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, knee towards your right elbow. Deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, knee to chest. Hug it in. Feel your lungs. On the exhale, drop that foot in between the hands. The back knee stays off the floor. You're in runner's lunge. Take a breath. Long breath out. One more just like that. Deep inhale. On the exhale, drop your left hand on the floor as you start bringing the other hand to rest on top of your thigh, the lower back, or all the way towards the sky. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, we drop those hands on the floor, a little bit of a step with the back foot until your heel touches the ground. So your feet this time are more or less 3 feet apart. Lengthen your spine on an inhale. Maybe your hands come to your hips. As you square those hips, extend that front leg. Take a big breath in here. Maybe you stay or maybe you fall forward a little bit more. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Take a breath. Long exhale. Drop those hands again on the floor. Rebend that front knee. Coming to the ball of the foot on the back leg. Pressing to those hands to step back into your plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Arch your back. Bend your elbows, chin and chest to the ground. Ashtanga Namaskar. Drop the belly to the floor. Find 3 cobras. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale to lower back down. Deep inhale to open again. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale to roll and open. On the exhale, we come back down. Press those hands on the ground. Tuck the toes. Send your hips back into your child's pose. Take a couple of breaths in here. Connect again with your breath. Whenever you feel ready, begin to press those hands again on the ground. All the fingers spreading wide, and begin to notice in here in which positions your knuckles begin to kind of like come off the floor. Press those knuckles on the floor as you press those hands on the ground. Begin to extend one leg, the other leg until you find your plank pose. You can take this one on your knees if that is what you need, or just take that pose with your arm, with your legs straight. Big breath in here, begin to hover that left foot behind you. On the exhale, round the spine, bring the knee towards the nose. Deep inhale to reach back. Exhale, knee towards your left elbow. Deep inhale, reaching back. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose, hug it in here. Take a breath. On the exhale, step that foot in between the hands. Runner's lunge position. Fingertips stay on the floor. The back of the foot is we're on the ball of the foot on the back. Take a breath in here. On the exhale, drop the right hand on the floor and find your revolved version of the pose. Hand to your side, to your lower back, or all the way towards the sky. Turning the chest towards the left hand side. Take another breath. Long exhale. Begin to press those hands back again on the floor. A little bit of a step forward with your back leg. Press into both heels. Begin to straighten that front leg as you bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. On the exhale, we fold forward into Parsvottanasana. Begin to square those hips in here. The chin wants to come and touch the shin. Take another big inhale. Full exhale. One more. On the exhale, press those hands on the floor. Rebend that front knee. The back of the foot is on the ball of the foot. Take a breath. On the exhale, step back to your plank. Lower the knees down, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Find your cobra, inhale. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Take a breath in here as you press again those knuckles on the floor. Begin to press, as you press those knuckles, begin to rise up the fingers from the ground. So just the knuckles are pressing on the floor. Take a breath. Full exhale. One more. On the exhale, press the whole hand on the floor. Start sliding into your forearm until you find your forearm table in here. Spread those fingers wide. Begin to extend one leg behind you, the other leg behind you as well. You're in a forearm plank. Take a deep breath in here. Full exhale. One more, tuck the tailbone. On the exhale, knees down to the mat, press into those hands. Begin to extend those legs, come back to your plank. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, raise your hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. Finally, take a couple of breaths in here, press into those hands. Maybe you sway your hips from side to side, or you bend one knee or the other. Just giving an opportunity for those legs to start opening in this, if it's the first down dog of the day. On your next inhale, begin to raise your right leg behind you. On the exhale, plant that foot in between the hands. This time the knee lowers down to the floor, coming into Anjaneyasana. Keep your fingertips on the ground as you start to extend that front leg. The torso is glued to the front thigh. As you find Ardha Hanumanasana, half split posture. Take a deep breath in here. Full exhale. One more. On the exhale, begin to rebend that knee, planting the left hand on the ground, finding your twist towards the right hand side. Again, hand comes to the side, the hip, or all the way to the sky. Pressing to that left hand on the ground. Maybe you stay in here. Maybe you bring one hand to your hip as you step that front leg to come into Vashisthasana, side plank position with your knee on the floor. Take a breath in here and keep on rising up your head towards the sky. Long exhale. Last one, inhale. On the exhale, drop those hands from the floor, step back to your plank with knees or toes lower down. Find your back bend, inhale, Bhujangasana, exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. One more. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, begin to extend the left leg behind you. On the exhale, plant that foot in between the hands. The back knee comes to the ground. Anjaneyasana. Bring your hips to the floor. Take a breath in here. Long exhale. Ardha Hanumanasana. Begin to extend that front leg. Your torso is glued to the thigh. Take a big breath in. Lead with your nose. Long exhale. Maybe you stay in here for one more breath. Or maybe you rebend that knee, planting the right hand on the ground, finding your twist. And as you find your twist, make sure that hand is firmly pressing on the ground, all the knuckles included. Maybe you stay, or maybe you find your side plank with your front leg stepping back. Take a big breath in here. Another big exhale. One more. On the exhale, plant those hands on the ground. You're in your plank. Knees come down, chest and chin to the floor, Ashtanga Namaskar. Find your back and inhale. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Begin to walk those hands towards your feet. Feet come a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Take a breath in here. Come to your shins, extend your spine. Exhale it out in here. Option is there for you to stay, or maybe reaching both arms overhead, just bringing the tailbone in. Again, ribs hug in here as you extend those arms. Keeping the core strong and the legs strong. Take a breath. The arms are beside the ears, shoulders away from the ears. Another breath. On the exhale, we start rising all the way up. Hands by our side. Hands to the center of the chest. Maybe you turn your toes towards the side slightly as you start bending your knees, coming into Malasana position. One elbow against the elbows go against the side, the inner thigh, as you press those hands to help those legs open towards the side. Take a breath. Long exhale. One more just like that. Inhale. Full breath out. Option is there for you to stay or to fly. All right, I'm just gonna break that down. Crow pose, no, crane pose, Kakasana. Pressing those hands on the ground. Again, if your option is there for you to stay, you have the option as well to bring a block underneath your glutes and just staying here in your squat if this is too much. Or again, bringing those hands in front of you. Again, all 10 knuckles pressing on the floor. The palms are firmly pressing on the ground as we begin to rise the hips towards the sky. This is step 8. So the hips are up, the hands are down, bending your knees as much as you need in here, and coming into the balls of the feet. As we come into the balls of the feet, we begin to press those hands again towards, again against the ground as we begin to bring those knees as up as possible, as close to the armpits as possible. In here, I have the option to keep my head lifted, gaze facing forward. Maybe I begin to bring one foot up and press it back down, or maybe I begin to bring the other foot up and press it back down. If I have a little bit more practice in here, and I want to go to another center in here, I begin to bring both feet up. As I keep my gaze forward, I take a couple of breaths in here. On the exhale, touch back down, extend those legs. Hands to opposite elbows. Just sway here for a moment. Press those hands again on the mat, however you did. Doesn't matter, walking your hands forward, coming back into your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, extend your right leg behind you. On the exhale, plant that knee in between the hands. The other foot is going to slide back. We're not going into pigeon pose. We're going into a variation of it. So if you see me in here, my knee is in line with my heel, and my toes are not tucked in here. The foot is the top of the foot is flat on the mat. And I'm just going to begin to extend that leg as the knee gently touches the heel. If this is too much, of course, we can go into our traditional pigeon pose where we kind of like bring the heel close to the sit bone. All right. Take a couple of breaths in here. We're just gonna stay up. Option to bring a couple of blocks in between, underneath those hands to keep the torso upright. Another big breath in. Full breath out. Begin to let your right glute fall towards the right hand side, picking up the back leg, coming into this weird variation of I can't remember the name of this pose, but well, your heel is close to your pubic bone, and the other heel is close to the same sit bone. The foot is pressing on the inside of the thigh. Take a big breath in to extend in here, and on the exhale, find a twist towards the right hand side. Left hand comes on top of your right thigh. Take a breath, the other hand is back for support. If your neck allows, we turn the gaze towards the left shoulder. Take a couple of breaths in here. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center. Take the left leg and bring it towards the front in here. We're gonna bring those hands to grab the foot on the inside and outside. We're gonna begin to extend. We're gonna bring instead of extending, bringing the knee towards the chest. So we're gonna use those hands to bring the knee towards the chest. So just the same as we did when we were lying down, maybe drop your right hand on the floor for support to keep your spine upright, and the other hand to keep on pressing against you to bring your knee towards your armpit. Option is there for you to stay, option is there for you to extend that leg. Take a breath in here. Full exhale. One more. On the exhale, rebend that knee, crossing that leg on top of the other, walking your hands forward, finding a gentle forward fold. Whenever you feel ready, begin to press those hands back again on the floor, transitioning back into your tabletop. And as you go back into your tabletop, touch those toes, sending those hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. And your next inhale, this time we extend the left leg behind us. And on the exhale, we step that knee in between the hands. Again, letting that right leg slide back, bringing the bum towards your heel. Just gently in here. It doesn't need to come all the way down. You just can stay halfway. Take a breath, keep on pressing down, your pelvis down. Full exhale. One more. On the exhale, this time we drop the hips towards the left hand side as we drag the back leg in. Again, your right heel is against your right sit bone. The left heel is pressing towards the pubic bone, and the foot is pressing on the inside of your thigh. Take a breath as you extend. On the exhale, we start twisting towards the left hand side this time. Keeping your spine tall. Trying to keep both sit bones on the floor. I know this might not be easy. That's something we will work towards. And of course, if your neck allows, just finding your gaze over the right shoulder. Take another breath. Long exhale. Last inhale. On the exhale, we're coming back to center. This time we take that right leg that's behind, bring it forward. Again, we bring those hands to support the foot on each side as we begin to press that knee against the chest. And again, maybe you drop that left hand on the ground to keep the spine as tall as you can as you keep on dragging that knee against your armpit. Take a breath. Long exhale, the other knee actively pressing down on the floor. Last big inhale. On the exhale, maybe you stay here, maybe you begin to extend that leg. Take another breath. Long breath out. Whenever you start feeling ready, begin to bring your foot back down, crossing those legs, finding a different shape. And as you walk forward with those hands, keep your sit bones grounding as you find your forward fold. If your forehead doesn't come all the way down, you can use a couple of books or blocks if you've got them to press your forehead on something solid. Take 3 more breaths. Whenever you feel ready, start coming back to center, coming to your seated position in Sukhasana. Just take a moment here with your hands resting on your thighs, with your palms facing up. Sit for a moment, just watching your breath. And as you connect with your breath for a couple of times, I invite you to follow me with the count of in breath and out breath as we go. Take a deep breath in first, and a full breath out just to empty all out. Let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold inside. Hold outside. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold inside. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up. Inhale, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up. Inhale, 6. Hold in. Exhale, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Hold up. Last one. Inhale, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in. Exhale, 8, And 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Hold out. Releasing. Take a couple of breaths in here, in and out, release. As you start feeling ready, begin to bring those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe you lean back a little bit. Maybe you find your way in here to go into Ardha Navasana with your legs extended, your arms extended, just hovering a few inches from the floor with your back and legs. As you begin to bring your fingers into your palms and just press into those palms and squeeze those eyes. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, you release. Finding your way into your final relaxation posture. Shavasana. Triambakam Jayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvargami Babandanam Mityurmukshiyamavata Om Triambakam Jayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvargami Babandanam Mityurmukshiyamavata Om Masato Masatkamaya Tamsoma Duitrirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Whenever you start feeling ready, take your time, find a deep inhale to fill up your lungs again with energy. And a long exhale to let it all out. Let's do that again. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth, let that go. As you start feeling ready, begin to come into your fetal position on your right hand side. Taking your time to get there, maybe just appreciate the ground, the land that we are stepping in, that we have the privilege to live in. To start feeling ready, coming back to your seated position with your eyes closed, your hands at the center of the chest, Vinanjali Mudra. Take a moment here just to connect again with your intention, your breath, with your practice. closing this sacred moment. Rub your palms together and cover your eyes. Rub your palms one more time to cover that part of the body that needs it the most right now. Thank you so much for your practice and for joining me. As always, it's been an honor to be here with you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Mangalam Bhavatu. I hope you have a peaceful day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye, Marisa. See ya.